Sis, sometimes life doesn't just hurt you. It breaks you in places you never expected. The job you trusted suddenly ends. The man you prayed for walks away. Your plans collapse. Your peace shatters. And you're left staring at pieces you don't even know how to pick up. But today I want to remind you, starting over with God is not the end of your story. It is the beginning of the restoration you didn't know was coming. And to show you, I want to take you into the story of a man, God himself, called blameless and upright. Job. Job was a just man, a faithful man, a man who honored God with everything he had. But in one brutal season, Job lost everything he worked for. His wealth, his health, his success, and even his children. People looked at him and assumed, surely he sinned. Surely he'd caused this. Even his friends stood around him, judging him, convinced his suffering meant God abandoned him. But they didn't know what God knew. They didn't know heaven trusted him. They didn't know his pain wasn't punishment. It was a divine test God allowed because he knew Job would not deny him. And when the season of breaking was over, God restored Job's life with double what he lost. He blessed him with long life to enjoy every restoration. And the Bible says Job's daughters became the most beautiful women in all the land. Sis, if God restored Job after losing everything, he can restore you too. I remember losing the business I thought would bring me great profit, not knowing I was dealing with a fraudster. One email, and suddenly everything I worked for was gone. While I was still trying to breathe through that loss, the man I believed was sent by God walked away. No warning, no explanation, just left me empty, rejected, and confused. Sis, I cried until I had no strength left. I questioned myself, my worth, my future. I felt like Job, sitting in the ashes of what used to be my life. But it was in that darkness that God gently whispered a lesson that changed everything. Daughter, I will restore all you've lost and wipe away your tears. Daughter, never enter a relationship without including me. Let me choose for you. Because you were never created to be broken by unchosen men. God showed me that some men come pretending to be real. Some only want your body, your time, your energy. And when they're done, they walk away and leave you carrying wounds they caused. But the God who sees everything said, not my daughter, not anymore. Just like Job, my breaking season wasn't the end, it was the turning point. God began to rebuild me from the inside out. He restored my sense of worth. He opened doors I didn't even pray for. He removed people who never deserved access to my heart. And slowly I realized the loss I cried over was the very thing God used to lead me into the life he prepared for me. Job's story became my reminder. If God allowed it to break, he has already planned how to restore it better than before. Sis, your life is not over. Your heartbreak is not your identity. Your loss is not your ending. Just like Job, God will not let your story finish in pain. You will rise again. You will laugh again. You will love again, the right way, with the right man God himself approves. You will rebuild a life that makes you say, God, now I understand why you allowed that season. Your beginning again moment is here. And this time, you're not starting over alone. You're starting over with God. And that changes everything. Sis, if this message touched your heart, don't leave without liking, subscribing, and sharing it with another woman who needs this reminder. Your crown is still secure. Subscribe for more faith-filled encouragement, sis. Thanks for watching.